I know you got a buddy back there that has a big fight ahead of him. So it means a lot that you can come out and spend some time with us, man, and just talk to us. Let us pick your brain a little bit, you know?
It's an honor, man. Thanks for the opportunity.
Of course, of course. So now we have Carl's opponent is Zach Tenorio, fighting from the arena here in San Diego. His record is 2-1. So we have a debut fighter, Carl Ford, fighting an experienced martial artist who's currently 2-1. However, when I look at Ford right now, he's very excited. You know, he's hyped. His energy's very high. He walked in the cage, stomped around, screamed. He seems excited to be here and really get after it.
Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a very banger of a fight, man. This is going to be really intense, the first round. They're both hyped right now.
Yeah, they're both very excited. All right, both fighters are ready. They're closing the cage right now. They seem very excited to be here. And again, Carl Ford is in the red trunks, and Zach Tenorio is in the navy blue. What are those? What would you call those? Like spat shorts?
Valley Tudo.
Valley Tudo shorts. There you go. Oh, Carl Ford comes out, immediately lands an overhand.
Oh, thrown with some heat. Oh, beautiful spinning
Zach is staying very calm, very, very relaxed. Wow, and Carl seems very excited to be here, just ready to get after it. His energy's high.
Whoa. Shaking the head.
And he's throwing a lot. Now Zach was able to counter with an overhand right.
They're talking in the cage.
Talking to each other? You heard them talking to each other a little bit?
Yeah. I like it, the taunting, man.
Ooh. Both fighters seem pretty even. They both seem fairly comfortable. Zach seemed to really back Carl down a little bit. His energies came down since the bell rang. Do you think that's a gas thing, or do you think that's just a calming effect?
I think that Zach's very calm, you know. He calmed the other guys down, you know, by his energy.
Right.
And they're both very composed. They both look like great strikers.
Zach smiling at him, shaking his head no at him. Now Carl Ford's back is against the cage, and Zach's putting a lot of pressure into him. Carl did a great job digging for that far side underhook. Now they're fighting for that underhook. And Zach's doing a great job having a lot of pressure on your opponent up against the cage. He has a huge impact. And look at that takedown that he had on Carl. And straight goes, starts striking, and Carl responds, 2 overhands, and he's just trying to throw blows. He wants to scrap. Zach's doing a great job keeping his composure. Wow, just landing knee after knee. Look at that. That's the end of the first round. All right, so talk to me a little bit, Joseph. What'd you see? What'd you like? What do you think they need to work on?
You know, Zach's composure and his definitely his control and takedowns on the cage, and his knees were fantastic. But the other guy, his striking, you know, and his kicks were landing. You know, I think he needs to stay with those kicks, and that will set up the overhand. You know.
Yeah, he really wants to land that overhand. He threw 2 of them back to back, but I agree. Oh, that base is throwing us off.
This is a great fight again.
But yeah, I agree with you. That overhand he really wants to land, and he needs to figure out how to set it up. He's not going to land it like that against Zach. You know, I want to commend Zach on his composure. Carl wants to scrap, and Zach isn't letting him bait him into that. Zach's playing his game, and what's happening is he's making Carl have to sit and relax, and Carl does not want to do that. Carl wants to just throw. So Zach's doing a great job keeping his composure and playing his game. You can't let your opponent force you into their game.
Hands are low, very confident in his striking.
Look, there nice you go. That's what you were talking about, Zach's leg kicks.
Oh.
And look, he keeps wanting to land that overhand. I want to see him set it up a little bit better. Look at that, and there we go. Carl tried to land a Superman punch, and Zach caught the underhook and turned him, took him down. Now we have Zach in side control. And it's very hard to be in that position because you're up against the cage and there isn't much to move. You either turn into your opponent or you turn to the cage. And at the amateur level, you can get the win here with enough ground and pound.
Yeah, he needs to stop holding him down and start trying to set up an escape. Work on getting the underhook instead of holding the head. You know, he's still taking damage.
Right. If he gets that far side underhook, he can escape out the backside. Instead, he turns his back, and Zach is just on top of it.
There you go.
And there you go. Now, those punches might not be doing a lot of damage, but what he is doing is winning points and just making him uncomfortable. And Zach has the rear naked choke. Oh, and he got the tap. Carl tap. Wow. Great job by both fighters. Carl is a warrior, wants to scrap. This was his debut fight. He took a fight against a ready opponent, an experienced opponent, the now 3-1 Zach Tenorio. And yeah. So what do you think, Joseph? You think his mistake there was just that when he was holding on to his head instead of fighting for that underhook and trying to come out the backside?
Yeah, you know, I think he just got caught up holding him and, you know, took too many shots, so, you know, he wasn't really there so he could counter, but, you know, he's got a lot of potential and I can't wait to see him fight again. But Zach looked great, his technique, his composure, you know, it's a fighter to watch out for, man.
Both fighters did a great job. Carl Ford, 27 years old, 5'6", 143 pounds. Zach Tenorio, 26 years old, 5'6", 146 pounds. Man, these guys came ready to scrap, dude. It's so awesome watching this.
That would be a banger.
Yeah.